Have extraterrestrials visited our planet? These terrifying real-life abduction stories seem to suggest that not only have they visited, they've been here for a while, watching us, experimenting on us, and even crossbreeding with humans. One argument for the existence of aliens is the volume of people who claim to have encountered them. Alien abduction stories persist in our culture, with some accounts corroborating each other and some being so strange, it's hard not to believe them. So here are 5 real-life alien abduction stories. Number 1. Betty and Barney Hill. Betty and Barney Hill claimed that they were abducted by extraterrestrials in rural New Hampshire on September 19, 1961. Their claim was the first widespread report of alien abduction, and it was made into a book, The Interrupted Journey, and a television movie, The UFO Incident. While driving back from a vacation in Niagara Falls, Betty claimed to have seen a bright light in the sky that, at first, she thought was a falling star, but then it started moving upward. Betty urged Barney to stop the car so they could get a closer look, and they pulled over at a picnic area. As Betty and Barney watched, the light they had seen descended in their direction. The Hills returned to their car and continued their journey home. En route 3 through Franconia Notch, the strange illuminated craft started to seemingly play a game of cat and mouse with their car. Barney claimed that he could see humanoid figures peering out the windows of the aircraft, and one of them communicated with him to tell him to stay where he was. Number 2. The Robert Taylor Incident. Also known as the Livingston Incident or the Detchmont Woods Encounter, the Robert Taylor Incident was reported by a forester named Robert Taylor who claims to have seen an extraterrestrial spacecraft and survived an attempted abduction. Taylor reported seeing a large sphere approximately 20 feet in diameter that was hovering over the forest floor. He claimed that smaller spheres came out of the larger sphere and attempted to drag him to the larger sphere. In the struggle, Taylor lost consciousness, and when he awoke, the objects were gone and he was unable to start his truck. Taylor walked home and reported the incident to local police. Because he was injured in his attempted abduction, a police report was filed, and the incident is known as the only UFO sighting that involved a criminal investigation. Number 3. Antônio Vilas Boas. A Brazilian farmer who later became a lawyer, Antônio Vilas Boas was working on his fields when he saw a circular aircraft with a red light at its front and a rotating cupola on top. The craft extended 3 legs and landed in Vilas Boas' field as he attempted to flee the scene. When Boas tried to flee in his tractor, the lights and engine died. He then tried to flee on foot, but was grabbed by a 5-foot-tall humanoid in overalls and a helmet, using speech that sounded like barking. 4 of the beings dragged Vilas Boas into their craft, where he was subjected to tests and was later presented a female alien to have sex with. He apparently followed through, as the female indicated that she would raise their child in space. Boas contacted a reporter who contacted a doctor at the National School of Medicine of Brazil, found that Boas was suffering from mild radiation sickness. Number 4. Travis Walton. Travis Walton's alien abduction story may be one of the most publicized abduction stories because it's so unique. Most abduction stories include a brief period of missing time, but Walton disappeared for days, which included police searching for him as a missing person. Walton was abducted in front of coworkers, who then reported the abduction to local authorities. Authorities and volunteers searched for Walton, who reappeared 5 days later with patchy memories of aliens and descriptions of the inside of an alien vessel. In Walton's report of the event, he was brought aboard the ship by 3 figures in orange jumpsuits that were not human. They had large eyes, bald heads, and no hair, large brown eyes and small mouths, noses, and ears. Of the 5 days that Walton was gone, he could only recall about 2 hours. In 1978, Walton published The Walton Experience, which later was adapted into the film Fire in the Sky. Number 5. Kirsan Ilyumzhinov. It may seem like alien abduction stories are made by regular people who aren't in the public eye, but Kirsan Ilyumzhinov, the first president of the Republic of Kalmykia, also has an alien abduction story. Ilyumzhinov claims that aliens took him on a tour of the galaxy in 1997, prompting a Russian parliamentarian to call for an investigation into whether Ilyumzhinov revealed any state secrets during the encounter. He says they abducted him off his apartment balcony and took him to their spaceship. Yeah. I was taken from my apartment in Moscow to this spaceship, and we went to some star. After that, I asked, please bring me back, because the next day I should be back in Kalmykia. They said, oh, no problem, Kirsan, you have time. Allegedly, while Ilyumzhinov was abducted, his staff came looking for him and was unable to locate him until he inexplicably appeared in a suite hours later. So that was 5 real-life alien abduction stories. Do you believe in them? Tell us in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.